Hello everybody and welcome back. This video is going to be a game changer for everybody, and I mean everybody. For the longest time, so many people have thought that the lower body is, you know, they have to turn it to the right or whatever. I don't know what they've been thinking, but the truth is, I have a couple of things to ask you before we get going. First of all, honestly answer this question, and please leave it in the comments below. If you were to go out and play a round of golf today, what would you shoot? Honestly, be honest. You know, I don't have a handicap. I'm not really concerned about what your handicap is, but I am concerned about what your average score is on a golf course. And if you could just leave that information for me in the comments below, I would be very grateful. The second thing that I have to ask is you need to share this with as many people as humanly possible that play golf, because what I'm about to show you is going to change your golf swing, period. A lot of people think that Hogan, had a, it's a difficult thing, or the Hogan books, they messed up millions of golfers and all this stuff. Well, the truth is, that really should not be the case at all. That book, our 5 Lessons in Power Golf, you put those two things together, and Hogan left us a blueprint, okay? But he did leave out some puzzle pieces because everybody's like, oh, Hogan had to dig it out of the dirt. Well, guess what? He dug it out of the dirt for us so that we wouldn't have to. We just had to fill in a couple of missing pieces, kind of like, in a weird kind of way, right? There's another legend, out there, in the name of Jesus Christ, right? That he gave his life for our sins, right? Well, think about what Hogan did. He dug it out of the dirt and gave us a blueprint to follow and said, hey, you've got to find a couple of the missing pieces. Just like Jesus Christ is telling us, hey, look, you've got to decide to follow me or not to follow me. Kind of the same parallel, which I got to find kind of fascinating. But I am going to show you for the first time ever anywhere on YouTube or any other place online how the lower body really works. Now, I've talked about it's got to happen with the lead side, and that is absolutely 100% true. Some of you are struggling with some of the things that I've shown you about, hey, Chris, I'm doing these moves and, I'm pulling the ball 20 yards to the left. Or, hey, Chris, I can't get through here, and, all kinds of different things are happening. But I promise you, after this video, and you really need to watch the entire thing, because I'm going to stand up here and I'm going to show you how the hips actually work, and I'm going to show you why they work a certain way. But I'm going to use a device that isn't even a golf training aid that is going to get you to feel something for the very first time in your life. And once you can feel it, because I can stand up here and show you all day long, and you might get the idea of it and you might start doing it, okay? But the truth is, until you can feel it, you're never going to do it. And there is no other golf instructor online that is going to get you to feel what this device is going to get you to feel when I show it to you. I'm going to leave a link for it in the description below, and I'm telling you, you need to go, click the link, buy it, so that you can start feeling what it is really like to use your lower body properly in your golf swing. It doesn't cost much. I think it's like 69, 70 bucks or whatever, but it can be delivered from Amazon to your house anywhere in the world, I guess within a couple of days. Now, I think I make like $1 or something for everything down there, so it's not really a big deal, and I don't even care about that. What I care about is there is no other way humanly possible to get you to feel what is necessary and how to get the lower body to finally work. So let's get started. All right, guys, you can see I've got this crazy T-looking thing in my hand right now, and what this is called is a Sit Pro. Well, you have to remember in the book that Hogan said we needed to get a spectator stick and sit on it to get into our posture. Well, that's exactly what this is. It's a different kind of version. If I, put it behind me, then I can, set it in the right place and get up there and just sit on it just like this semi-sitting position. So what that's gonna look like is this. And a lot of you may have seen me get my butt out further like this in some of the other videos, but you need to be right there on this semi-sitting position, and this thing can really get you to feel how your posture is. You're loaded into your legs, you're gonna feel both feet, and you're gonna feel like you're really tall in your chest. So once that's kind of set up, you're like, wow, man, this really can't get any easier, okay? Because that's it. I can just stand here all day long. I'm like in this semi-sitting position, and you're gonna feel more balanced in your feet. You're gonna feel your legs, and everything's gonna be exactly where you want it to be. Now, the cool part about this device is how you're actually gonna use your hips. And I'm gonna show you this from behind, and I'm telling you, there is not a golf instructor on the planet that can make you feel this, okay, as quickly as what this is going to make you feel it. You know, I can kind of show you the way and get you to get into these feelings, but this thing is like a force multiplier for your brain. Because what you have to understand is our brains are hardwired, and I mean hardwired to find the most efficient way to do something. And once our brain says, hey, Chris, that's the most efficient way to do it, guess what? I will have a hard time convincing my brain otherwise. So my brain will go, that's the most efficient way. This is what we're going to start doing. And then all the other mistakes that you've made with your lower body, once you can feel what this thing is really going to do for you, you won't swing the club any other way. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Okay? Your brain will go, wow, that's the most efficient thing we've ever done. And it will adapt real quickly to where you're going to become a world-class ball striker. And I mean that with all my heart. Because once you can understand what your hips are really doing, it's going to change your golf swing, period. So let's take a look at this. Okay, as you can see right now, I've got to hold on to this because I can't do it any other way. I don't want to sit on it and do whatever. But watch what happens. We're set up in this good posture, just like Hogan. There's our, remember I talk about pointing the rudder where we've got to go, which lowers the right knee, and it gets me into this tilt. So then when Hogan would bump, and then he starts to come back, watch what this thing is doing. So I'm right here, now I'm gonna get to the top, and I'm right there. So it's like I'm gonna, now forget about my upper body for a minute because we're really just worrying about the lower body. So then all of a sudden, I get to the top, there's our refloat move, and then it's like this. See how I'm not sitting on it, but I'm still touching it. And then it's like that. See how I've kind of rotated a little bit. And then all of a sudden, there is this acute angle change that goes from right here to right there. And this is what Ben Hogan was doing, okay? He wasn't going like what most people do when they think turn. They turn over here, which doesn't really work, or they turn kind of almost like if they were going like this, trying to turn, and then trying to turn back through, and then they try to rotate around this. The hips get stuck, the arms swing by, and then it pulls them up. So what you've got to understand is we're here in this semi-sitting position. There's our trigger, so it triggers us this way, which moves us this way. Now, I am making no attempt to move across like this. I am here, and I'm just gonna, just like that. See how it's turning, guys? So I get to the top, and I'm right there. And then I'm gonna rebalance, and then it feels like you're sitting for a second, and then it'll come like this. You'll get up off of that heel a little bit, and then all of a sudden your hips will go bam, just like that. They will kind of go like this around this, and it's going to pull us up into a perfect, balanced position. So there's another way that we can use this tool. Okay, and it's not only for, it'll adjust, it snaps, and it'll kind of basically fold up in the shape of a Coca-Cola can or a beer can or something. It's really pretty amazing. Well, when I get this extended fully extended, if it'll, lock into place. Sorry about that. There it is. So all of a sudden, I'm going to put this in front of me just like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it behind me. So I'm going to get set up like Hogan. Okay, so I'm right here. Everything's good. I'm, pointing my rudder where I want to go. So I've got this. When I point the rudder, see how it kind of moves my knee in like that. And then I've got my rudder going where I want to go. So if I match this up, see how it's kind of matched up with me right now. So then I trigger. Now I'm gonna, look at this. Bingo. And then you'll come to the top and you will be so loaded into this right leg, but I'm not trying to turn into the right leg. I'm just going this way, and then I am so loaded into this right leg, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, that's where this angle is at. Now what do I have to do to make that, there's the sit. See, all of a sudden there's our rebound, because this is there. Let me move that so everybody can see this for a second. So I'm gonna make those moves, and you can see how I've got this load still in my right side. But look at my buttocks come over in this direction. Okay, so my heel would be up like Hogan's, and then I'm sitting into it based on what we saw from the behind the view. Now from here, because I'm come out of it, I'm starting to come out of it and sit into this. Now all of a sudden, this is going this way, which is back to square. And then all of a sudden, it doesn't round out, it goes like this. Boom, it is an acute angle change, okay? But without this device, it is going to be very difficult for you to feel it. But if you can put it behind you like I just showed you and get up here and go, well, I can move it in front of me and I can see how this is working. And then all of a sudden you're like right there. And then the next thing you know, you're gonna come up. Now see how my leg didn't pick up, it didn't push back, it didn't do all these different things. It just simply went this way. So I'm going to learn to move my swing with my pivot and my pelvis, and then I'll get to the top. I'm going to be in that nice load, and then I'm here. That's the squat move everybody's talking about. So it's like that, and then it's here. Now all of a sudden, it doesn't keep rotating this way. Once you're at, which would be with a club, you'd be like right there. Now all of a sudden, this is going this way. Club comes in, you're on the side of your body, and you will stand up. You will finish just like Hogan did. Okay? And this is not a joke. This thing, believe it or not, as ridiculous as it looks, is going to make you feel things you have never felt in your golf swing before. Ever. Watch this. You've got to hold this here because, again, it's not, if you move, it's going to fall off, but you want to hold it so that you can feel what's going on in your body. So there we go. We're in our trigger. I've got my rudder pointed right to you. So now all of a sudden, watch this. I'm here. I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to feel all this stuff. There's my rebalance move. There it is. And because I'm doing this, I'm not going out like most people think. So we're here, there. Now watch this. There's the acute angle change. And if this was a golf club and I'm right here, watch the choice that I have. See that, guys? Let me shorten this if I can. So I'll make it like a golf club. So I've gone this way, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. Now all of a sudden I'm here, right there, and then in this split second, I'm like this. And because I'm like this, the only path this is gonna go on now is going to be up and to the left. Like some of you may have seen some videos online where people are like, well, it's in, over, and then over on this side. So it would feel like this, kind of whatever. That ain't it. That ain't even close to it. And this is going to teach you the right way. Now, when this gets set up, there's a lot of things that are going to happen with the arms and the way that the arms are moving and the way that the chest is moving. And that is going to follow in the video that follows this one. So make sure you watch that one too and watch it in its entirety, because this is going to make so much sense. All you got to do is hit the link below. I don't care about, it's a commission thing from Amazon or whatever. Like I said, only make like $1, I think. It's more about getting you to feel something that there is not a golf instructor in the world that can get you to feel. But miraculously, this thing can. Because again, even if I just put this behind me for a second, and you can adjust it, which is the really cool part about this, it'll, you know, adjust all the way up, and it'll come up here, and I'll show you that at the end, how easy it is to fold up. But this thing will make you feel stuff that you're just not gonna believe. So all of a sudden, I'm gonna put it behind me again. I've got it at a good angle, which allows me to just, you know, sit up here like this. That's my posture. Now I'm gonna, you know, aim my rifle where I wanna go, and then it's gonna be like this. And when I'm going like this, it's this left side, the bottom side, or the lead side of the sit thing, or whatever heck it's called. So it's like this here. So it's not this way and rebound this way. It's just real tight right into here. And it's gonna feel like your hip is going, it's not going up like this, and you'll feel it, because if you try to go up, you'll lose the connection with the device behind you. But if you're just like, okay, this is all happening right in between my feet, just like this, and all of a sudden I'm like there, now I just go to the top. Let me get my foot squared a little bit. So I'm here, there's my trigger. Oh, and it's this that is driving this up. And then all of a sudden I'm here, and it's like, wow, I got to go a little bit more. There's the float. Now it's that. See where my chest is still back here? It's that. There went the lower body. The lower body's still going. My chest is still pointing over here. Now I'm coming through. My head's still back. Everything's back. Now all of a sudden on this, you'll feel like this. It's like that type of a move. You're right there. Now, of course, my foot would be up, and you're just not going to believe what's gonna happen. You're just not. All right, everybody, this is not a joke, okay? This is about as real as it gets. If you want to be the best ball striker that you can be, and you want to feel what you need to feel in your golf swing, that thing that I just showed you is the most important investment you're ever going to make in your golf life. It's only 69, 70 bucks, whatever, right? But it will make you feel things that nobody else is going to get you to feel. Nobody. Everybody thinks that the hips move in a certain direction. Heck, I was guilty of it too. I used to think, when I was first learning how to play, that everything would rotate this way, like horizontally rotate this way. So I'd be like, okay, well, that's not good. But then they're saying that I've got to come here and come this way and push up off the ground and all these things, let the club swing by, and then that's going to pull me into this finish. Well, that's an extremely concussive move. Extremely concussive. So I was like, well, okay, wait a minute, but it makes sense, right? And I'm going to show you why. Because when we go this way, even though I'm turning horizontally, it looks like my right hip is higher. And that's because I'm tilted forward, okay? So all of a sudden I'm saying, oh, I'm going to rotate my hip like this the wrong way. But still, look, it makes my, trail hip get higher. And then it was like, okay, well, I know I've got to come this way, and then I know I'm trying to come around this way, which puts me here, and it just got really, really confusing. But watch the difference. Now I'm going to do it and really understanding where this thing is, and this, as it goes down, is forcing this up, but it's not going up like this. It's just the result of what I'm able to feel, and you're going to feel, oh my goodness, There's the recenter, and it's all happening in between my feet. Look at the angle of what I've got. If I put a line on my hip here and put it on the ground there, it's a true 45-degree angle. Whereas if I round out and I go to the top, it's really like maybe a 22-point-something degree angle. But this is all happening from the left side, and then now the upper body is doing something entirely different than what most people think. And in the next video, we're gonna cover that. But right now, the lower body, when you learn to move your swing with this pivot, and the feeling of what that device is gonna help you with, you're just gonna be like, it just can't get any easier, because it's true. All right? And there are so many things that I can show you that people do wrong. But when you can really feel how, imagine that thing being behind me right now. Try to visualize it. I've made my trigger move here. Now this is going this way. Look what it did to my knee. Then it's going here. See how this is going up a little bit? It looks like it's going up. It's not going up like this, but it's going up and back. Now all of a sudden I still got to sit on it. Oh my goodness. And once I start getting to this part of the swing, because I've coiled around this thing, now look what it does to my lateral move that everybody thinks Hogan has this lateral move. It's that. You're feeling this thing. It's wham, wham, just like that. So it'll go here, you'll recenter because you're so torqued up on this. And then now I'm sitting down on it, and it feels like I'm getting that squat move that people kind of understand, but they don't really understand it. And then it's here, and then all of a sudden from right here, everything goes boom, just like that. It goes boom. See how it's going up? It's going up. It's not going around. It's not going like this and you trying to turn and come around. That doesn't look that bad, but it's not what it is. Hogan, when he got here, was like, there it is. He's on the toe. Now at this point, see, I'm off of my heel right now. So I went there, upper body's behind, upper body's still behind. Now right here, everything just goes whink, like this. Exactly like that. And then all of a sudden he's like, whoom, and he'll come through. Because it is truly what it is. And you are just gonna be amazed. I cannot preach this enough. If you don't get the thing there in the link below, get something, make it look somehow at that. The cool thing about that thing, it adjusts up so it's gonna, pretty much handle everybody. But if you've gotta make something, make it, put it on a broomstick, put a flat thing on the top. It doesn't matter what it is. Get set up in that. There you go. There's my semi-sitting position. Now I'm gonna, get my rifle pointed where I want to go. Now I'm going to feel like I'm just sitting on it. And you're going to start feeling how, wow, this is cool. I can make my whole golf swing happen by understanding what this is actually allowing me to do. And here's a couple of benefits. You will not hit from over the top. You just can't. You won't go into early extension. You can't. And the cool part about it is your brain, once it understands how efficient this really is, you're going to be like, your brain won't let you move any other way from here on out. And it's going to feel like you're coming into this ball like this, and then shoo, you'll be able to throw it right down the fairway. I promise, guys, this goofy little thing that's not even a golf training device is going to help you more than I can get up here and try to preach to tell you to get it. Because if you don't get it, hey, build something like it so that you can feel it for the first time in your life. Now, we're going to get into how the upper body moves, because it is not like what anybody else tells you either. But there is a reason for it, and a reason where everybody thinks Hogan was flat. That's not even remotely close to the truth either. Hogan was on his plane, and you're going to start understanding you're going to get on your plane. And when you do, your ball striking is going to go through the roof. So like I said, share this video with as many people as possible, because once everybody starts moving their lower body and their hip structure this way, and they're getting their lower body, like we've all seen it. Oh, well, you know, people, they have a hard time with rotation, or they get to impact, their hips are square here, their shoulders are square there. Nobody's turning. Nobody's turning. And the truth is, once you understand how the lower body is really, you know, making everything move. Look how smooth this looks, guys. It's just like that. You know what I mean? It's so simple. Once you understand it, your brain will not let you do anything else. Your brain will always go, oh, Chris, that was more efficient than what you were doing before. So let's get rid of what you're doing before and let's stick with this efficient path. Because your brain, it's like zeros and ones. It's all binary. So as soon as it can figure out the path of least resistance that is now more efficient, you're now going to be going, this is the only way I'll move my body. And when you understand it's not this, and you understand it's this lever system based off of what we felt, you're going to feel it for the first time, and you're going to be like, it's going to blow your mind. It's absolutely going to blow your mind, because it's the correct information. It really is. And there are people that have been hitting on it and kind of, they'll get, oh, well, you got to squat or you got to do this. But there is nobody that's saying that this angle change goes like this right now. There are people that we've seen, the long drive guys, they get up there and they're coiled and they get there and they're coming through and they push back and they go like this. That isn't it either. It's not it either. It's not a push off of this foot. It is a move that all of us can make. It doesn't matter. People are going to say, oh, well, you know, you may have hip mobility problems, or you may need to stretch more. I got news for you. Your pelvis is it might be a little bigger, it might be a little smaller, but your pelvis is about as solid as it gets. Your femur bones are the two strongest bones in the human body. Okay, so when you can start understanding it's your pelvis and how these femur bones are, you know, showing you, because we've all seen some of the videos and they're like, oh, go like this and lengthen this side and shorten that side, and then when you're coming down, it's lengthen this and that. It is not. It is not. It is this. It is this type of a move with that type of a move. So you're just, oh, wow, I'm there. Then, oh my goodness, I'm there, and I'm still loaded on this trail leg. I am not diving over here, getting my weight to the left. That is ridiculous. You've got to get there, and then there, and now you're going to stay back. You're not going to pelvis out to the ball. That's ridiculous. Now that device is going to make you feel like you're going like this, and then you'll come through. There is not 1 ounce of tension in my body. There is strength in what I am feeling, because I'm allowing the device that was behind me, I can feel it, and I can see how my hips are now starting to move in this pattern. And when I show you how to keep the upper body back as you're doing this, you are going to hit club head speeds you've only dreamed about. And here's the cool part. It is not going to take you a year to learn this. It is not going to take you a month to learn this. When you can feel it, your brain is going to go, thank you, because all of a sudden your brain is going, oh my God, this feels so good that it's just, everything is right here. It's underneath me, and nothing's going out. Nothing's going over the top, because guess what? Once you do this right and you feel this in the transition, there is no way you're going to go this way. You're going to come here and you're going to come from the inside. You're going to come this way. And when this goes like that, which is really the pelvis, now it makes this angle change going this way. Well, guess where Hogan's arms had to go? They have to go this way. He's not trying to force this crap to come over there, and he's definitely not swinging down the line. He is just taking this wheelhouse and going like this. There it is. Whew, up. Your hands are going to finish up here high. And it's just miraculous what you're going to learn. Period, guys. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Do not make a mistake, and do not make one or do not buy one. Don't make that mistake. Just don't do it. The quicker you can say, wow, I can feel this, the quicker your brain's going to go, hell yes. This is what we've been looking for, because this is what's going to take us to the promised land. And I kid you not, you will go from whatever you're shooting right now, whatever you put down in the comments below, and you can understand this with the next video that I'm going to put out that's really going to show you how the shoulders are really moving. And you combine this video with that video, with these feelings, with what I'm going to show you. There's no way in God's earth that that average score that you have right now is going to stay the same as far as ball striking goes. As far as ball striking goes. If you don't have a good short game and you can't putt with a lick, hey, that's a whole different category. But there are chipping motions that can help you make chipping one of the most easiest things in the world. And we'll get to that at some future time, not right now. The next video is going to be about how the shoulders are going to move, how the arm path is going to move, and how the hand path is going to move, and how it all ties in to this incredible, like watch this, all here, there, made my move, coming this way, coming up. Now I'm at the top, but I've got this incredible load, but I'm not way over here on my right. I am in between my feet, just nailed. And I've got all this pressure right up in here. Now there's our rebalance move. Here we come. Here we come. I'd be up on the toe. Now all of a sudden it just goes, whoom, just like this. Whoom, just like that. And it is so fast that you'll just go wham. Just like that. The foot will slide, all kinds of wonderful things will happen. But until you can feel it, you'll never own it, ever. But the second you do feel it, you will own it for the rest of your life, and your brain will not let you do it any other way. All right, guys, hope you get one. We'll see you in the next video.